Probably everyone has at least once dreamed of building a house that can float on water. Just imagine you're fishing without even leaving your home, relaxing in nature, and calmly staying overnight without worrying about anything. In this video, I'm going to try to bring this idea to life. I'll build a floating house, set it up inside, run electricity, fish prama from the house, cook food, and spend 24 hours in it. To make my dream come true, Izarania developed a step-by-step construction plan consisting of 4 stages. The first stage is building a floating platform for the house on the water. I brought a huge amount of construction materials. From it, we take 6 boards. The platform will be 3 meters long and 2 meters wide. We mark the material and using a handsaw, cut off everything unnecessary. Thanks to the fact that the wood is completely dry, the saw handles it in just a few strokes. Now we have pieces of the required length. To fasten the boards together, we use self-tapping screws. We attach a shorter board to a long one and connect them using long screws. Then we place another long board and fix it just as securely. After that, we screw in another short board and get a rectangle. However, the structure turned out quite shaky. To remove the wobble and strengthen the future platform, we insert a board into the rectangle and secure it as a brace. We add another one just like it. And to make the structure truly strong, we take metal corners, place them at the joints, and screw them in with small screws. This way, we reinforce every connection, and after installing all the corners, the platform becomes completely solid. This part of the platform needs to be properly protected from moisture since it will constantly be in the water. We'll do this using rubber paint. We open the bucket, dip brushes into the paint, and apply a generous layer onto the wood. We chose a gray color. This type of paint goes on very well almost on any surface, filling all the gaps. After drying, a durable rubber coating forms on the board, preventing moisture from being absorbed into the wood and thereby protecting it from rotting. Next, we need to sheet the structure with OSB boards. But first they need to be cut to size. Using a jigsaw, we easily cut the OSB sheets along the Zaranier marked lines. We'll also protect the boards with the same rubber paint. In this case, it's most convenient to apply it with rollers. We coat the side of the OSB that will be in contact with water. Once the paint has dried, we flip the sheets painted side down. This is exactly how they should be attached to the structure. First, we drive in screws around the perimeter and then attach the OSB to the braces. We get this kind of platform, but for now it's not floating, and if we place it on water, it will simply sink. To make the house float, we'll need plastic barrels. We took 6 of them, each with a volume of 75 liters, and according to our calculations, this number of barrels should support about 1 ton of weight. But attaching them to the platform right away would be a serious mistake. Look, if you submerge a barrel neck first into water and squeeze it, bubbles will start coming out, which means it's not airtight. So before attaching the barrels, we need to make them completely sealed. We unscrew all the lids. Take waterproof sealant and apply it first to the threads of the barrels and then to the lids. After that, we screw each barrel closed. We test the seal. Now the barrel lets nothing through. We place the barrel against the platform and mark 4 mounting points around it. Since there are 6 barrels, we repeat this 5 more times. At these marks, we need to make large holes. First, we drill several holes, then widen them to the required shape, and so on for each mark. Fortunately, OSB is a very soft material, so preparing the holes is not difficult. The holes are ready. To attach the barrels, we'll use tie-down straps like those used for securing cargo on vehicles. We flip the platform and thread the straps through all the holes. We place the first barrel and secure it with the straps to the platform. We do the same with all the others. Now the platform will float. We can flip it back over and continue building. The OSB was needed to attach the barrels, and now we move on to the floor. For it, we'll use boards. We place the first one and nail it with small nails along the edges and in the center. We lay the rest the same way, making sure they fit tightly together. The floor is almost ready. It just needs protection from moisture. The best option for this is yacht varnish. It's exactly what's used on yacht decks. Using brushes, we apply the varnish to the boards, thoroughly rubbing it into the wood so it penetrates deeper and protects it for a long time. In addition to protection, the varnish gives the boards a beautiful warm tone and a pleasant shine. If we were building a raft, we could stop here. But since our goal is to build a floating house, we move on to the second stage, creating the frame. For the frame, we'll need timber. We cut the beams to the required length. Then we take two beams 190 centimeters long and attach a 2-meter beam to them and another beam 20 centimeters shorter. This will allow us to make a sloped roof later. In the center of the resulting square, we fix 2 more beams with a distance of ½ meter between them. Between them, we install 2 partitions. We get a structure like this. We build another identical one. Then we attach both structures to the floating platform with large screws. We connect the frame parts with crossbars and braces. At the back, we attach another beam, to which we vertically fix 2 posts using screws. At the front, we also attach a crossbar and 2 vertical beams. This will be the doorway. Finally, we secure 2 beams at the top of the house. They will support the roof. The frame is ready and all necessary openings are pre-smoke-grenade. Real houses are built in a very similar way. The second stage is complete. Now it's time for the third, sheathing the frame and covering the roof. We attach OSB offcuts to the lower part of the cabin. For the upper part, we use lightweight paneling. We place the first board on the back wall and fix it with tiny nails. The second one goes tightly against the first and is nailed the same way. We sheath the side walls, taking window openings into account. We also cover the front side of the frame. The walls are up, but like all the wood, they need protection from moisture. We carefully paint the edges of the OSB at the bottom, trying not to get paint on the paneling. Then we paint the OSB using rollers. The lower part of the house will be covered with rubber paint, since it's the most vulnerable to moisture. We also paint the OSB inside the house. And for the paneling, we use wood stain. Using brushes, we apply it to the walls on both sides. The paneling gets a beautiful wood tone. After the walls, it's time to work on the roof. For the roofing, we'll use corrugated metal sheets. We climb up using a ladder, lay the sheets, and securely fasten them with screws along the entire perimeter of the frame. The second sheet overlaps the first to prevent water from getting inside, and we secure it just as carefully. The roof is almost ready. Only the unattractive edges need to be covered with decorative strips. We screw them on the sides, and at the front and back, we leave them without decorative corners so rainwater can flow off freely. The roof turned out great. It definitely won't leak and rain won't get inside. The final stage remains, installing windows and doors and finishing cosmetic details. For the windows, we use plexiglass since it's much lighter than regular glass and easier to work with. We place the sheet into the opening, press it with a wooden strip, and fix it with small nails. We nail such strips around the entire perimeter, securely fixing the glass to the wall. We remove the protective film, and the first window is ready. We install the second one the same way. The windows fit perfectly into the exterior thanks to the painted strips matching the rest of the elements. Now the house feels bright and cozy. After the windows, we move on to the door. For it, we use a wooden panel, which we coat with the same stain as the paneling before installation. Once it's absorbed, we attach the hinges and handle and then install the door. From the inside, we add a latch so we can close it at night if needed. I'll also cover these unattractive joints. We attach decorative corners to the outer edges of the house, the same ones used on the roof. They perfectly hide uneven cuts. To mask the joint between the paneling and OSB, we nail painted strips as trim. Now the house looks much cleaner and more aesthetic. Nothing stands out anymore, but we still need to add railings to the terrace so we don't accidentally fall into the water. For this, we attach several beams to the terrace. Then fix horizontal rails to the posts. We also cover the railings with rubber paint. Now it's safe to stand on the terrace and fish from it. The construction of the floating house is complete. In my opinion, the idea turned out great. The house looks very nice. I especially like the combination of materials and colors. But now comes the most important moment. Will it float or not? Let's find out. To be honest, it turned out a bit heavy, so we had to add 2 more barrels under the back part to keep it from sinking. It's time to test the house in action. We carefully push it to the water and launch it. The house stays afloat. That's already a very good sign. Let's try getting on it. It easily holds my weight, and even with 2 people, it stays afloat. Our dream can be considered fulfilled. The house floats. It's quite stable and spacious inside. All that's left is to add furniture, install a motor, and spend 24 hours on it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.